Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Welcome back to the Opera GX Corner. My name is GX Aura, the official VTuber for Opera GX, and this month I'll be bringing you some information about some upcoming games to look forward to this August. It's my first time here, and I'm excited to be hanging out with you today. We've got lots of animals to talk about, including cute dogs, deadly cats, and murderous squirrels. So, sit back, grab a tasty snack, and let's jump right into it.
Bathed in blood, yet preaching peace. Oh, you immortals, pray enlighten me. What justifies your superiority?
Releasing on the 20th of August, we have Black Myth Wukong. As you put yourself in the role of the Destined One, you're going to be challenged with going up against a large array of creatures in this game inspired by Journey to the West, a Chinese fantasy novel from all the way back in 1592. If you're a fan of Dragon Ball, you may have heard of that, as actually Dragon Ball is based loosely off that story. If you're into games like Elden Ring or anything Souls related, this may be up your street. It's currently set at the most followed upcoming game on Steam with over 500,000 people waiting. And also, I looked at the specs. This game is going to take up 130 gigabytes of space, so that means you're in for a pretty beautiful game with lots of immersion. Now stepping a bit away from 3D exploration, we have 2.5D exploration. This time, we're playing as pirate cats in Cat Quest 3 releasing 8th of August. Sometimes you want an action game, but one that's not too dark or scary or jumpy, but one that still gives you an open world, but with a bit more vivid colors, and in this case, cats. But what's better than one cat, you ask? Two! As a streamer myself, I always am on the lookout for a good co-op game to enjoy with a friend, so I'm rather excited to play this one on stream with a buddy. And the enemies, they're not called pirates, they're called pirates. So every so often a game comes out that basically is just what the title says. I don't think I even need to describe this too much. So, here's the title. Squirrel with a gun! I like to think the creators rolled one dice and then another, one with animals and one with weapons on it. So instead of like pig with a machete, we have squirrel with a gun. Go around the neighborhood destroying humanity, playing dress up with your squirrel, and riding around on a jet ski. Sometimes I just want to play a game where I don't have to think, I can just switch off. I don't have to think about a backstory or abilities or level up system. So this is probably going straight into my library once it's released. And you also can get Squirrel with a Gun on 29th of August. Now moving back to story-based gameplay, we have Visions of Mana brought to us by Square Enix. This one doesn't come out till the end of August, so may be part of your late summer gaming. The Mana series has spanned over 30 years now, and even though there are many games in the series, Visions of Mana is actually the 5th in the mainline titles. And as it's the 5th mainline game, you can play as 5 different characters with an array of classes for them to choose within battle.
In the beginning, there were cats. Innocent little animals, loved by all.
And we're back to cats. Humans are long gone in this world though, and we're up against unicorns whilst hoverboarding. Here we have Gori, Cuddly Carnage, releasing near the end of summer, the 29th of August. Gori can slice through enemies or use their hoverboard as a rocket launcher to take on some not so cuddly creatures. Basically, these cuddly creatures are called Ultra Pets, which were toys that were supposed to be like pets, but no cleaning up after them, no taking them out for walks, no feeding them, and so on. But they decided to kill everyone. So there's probably a good reason why they are the enemies.
Maximum carnage! Explore levels! Save the world! And look cute while you do it! Give us thine peace at the end of our journey. Only Only thine word is true. Only thine church is the...
Up next we have Deathbound, a Souls-like game but with a bit of a futuristic twist whilst calling upon the fallen of the past. This one's an early one coming out the 8th of August. Instead of a party of characters by your side or a job class system with one playable character, you are able to change your character completely with ease during combat to best fit the situation, with each providing various different backstories which I'm sure will play a big role within the story. Now, it's summer, it's very hot, and maybe you don't want to be sat at your PC all day, but luckily Deathbound, on release, will be available on Steam Deck.
Postpone today our inevitable end, so that our life becomes an instrument of death. By the breath, by the war, by the peace.
Gundam Breaker 4 is another game that is set to release at the end of summer, being the 28th of August. Now, I actually used to live in Japan, and whenever I go to the toy shops or the figurine shops or just go around Akihabara around those second-hand shops, I would see Gundam everywhere. I always wanted to actually make my own Gunpla, but I was worried about breaking it or losing the parts. So since you can make them in this game, I won't have to worry about all of that. If you've not heard of Gundam, it started off as a TV show back in 1979 and has become a staple in the mecha anime genre. Basically, you're gonna ride around in a giant robot and beat each other up. Enjoy! And we're back to more fancy gameplay in Sword of Convallaria. From the trailer, I'm immediately getting like Octopath Traveler vibes. You'll be able to start your summer with this game as it's out on the 1st of August. The gameplay itself also reminds me of Fire Emblem. You know how you need a lot of strategy to determine where best to attack someone on a grid. I love a game that allows me actual time to think too, instead of just throwing me into battle. So I'll be picking this one up. And this doesn't seem to be your average JRPG with one standard linear ending. Your choices actually affect the story too. Another early August game, coming out on the 5th, is the very adorable Fields of Mistria. Immediately, I feel like I'm watching an old 80s, 90s anime during the trailer, you know, with that art style. Whilst the gameplay itself reminds me of Harvest Moon on the Game Boy Color. A lot of these farming simulator games that we have around today have a lot of heritage from Harvest Moon and Story of Seasons. And they tend to make me spend lots of time gifting the same gift every day to the person I want to marry within the game, or going down to the mines to find that one specific ore to upgrade my axe or something. But this game looks incredibly cute, and I'm a sucker for farming simulator games, so I will definitely be checking this out.
Okay, Chesley. I think it's time.
My heart's in the Highlands.
Farewell North takes you up to the northern wilderness of Scotland to help free animals alongside your trusty dog friend. But there's no colour. According to the developer, this is more than just a game about exploring. You're faced with battling not just the Scottish wilderness, but also the main character's emotions as they deal with loss, this being the reason all the colour in their world has gone. The music from the trailer alone is absolutely stunning, so please make sure to watch the full trailer. This game has a dog in it as well, so that means that it's an instant 10 out of 10 for me, and I will definitely be playing it. Enjoy Farewell North on the 15th of August. So straight away, whilst watching this trailer for Mika and the Witch's Mountain, I feel like I'm teleported into one of my favorite Ghibli movies, which is Kiki's Delivery Service. Just like Kiki, you're a witch delivering things, whilst flying through the skies on your broomstick. I actually saw the trailer for this a long time ago when it was in development, and I instantly fell in love with the vibrant art style. It almost reminds me of Wind Waker back on the GameCube, with how colourful it is. Since you are not on foot, you'll be flying around, exploring the island from every single possible angle. Enjoy Mika and the Witch's Mountain on the 21st of August.
This morning, feeling reborn, and it's like a new dawn. The misery's off, the energy's on.
The legendary MOBA game is back, with SMITE 2 releasing on the 27th of August. Now, personally, I'm not much of a MOBA gamer, but I have lots of friends who are, and they really enjoy SMITE. And they tell me one of the best things about the game is that it's actually in third person. And SMITE has even collaborated with a lot of VTubers and put them in the game as playable characters. SMITE 2 will feature multiplayer combat in the beautiful Unreal Engine, so if you're already a fan of SMITE or a fan of MOBA and want to try playing third person, go ahead and check out SMITE 2.
Die by your reputation. You want to survive? Know the players.
You're new to this world. What's your problem?
Star Wars Outlaws is next, dropping right by the very end of August on the 30th. In Star Wars Outlaws, we're presented with an open world setting which I'm sure is going to make me and the other Star Wars fans very excited. Your goal is to become a famous criminal. So, no good, no bad, just a little bit of mischief as you step in the role of K-Vez.
This job is my one shot at freedom. But if we're gonna pull this off, we need the right crew and the right ship.
We're going to be finishing up with 2 early access titles, so please keep that in mind when you check them out.
Need to warm up.
Next, we have Warhammer 40,000 Speed Freaks. I feel like I'm watching Mad Max, you know, with guns and cars all over the place. You can customize your vehicle to optimum metal crushing capacity and enjoy zooming through the sky with the goal of crashing into whoever is in your way. Zooming your way on the 6th of August with an early access release. Have fun being a speed-obsessed orc and enjoy multiplayer PvP. Even if you can't drive like me, you can have fun crashing into one another because that is the game.
When Earth turns against you, survival is all that matters.
So I'm a big fan of Cities Skyline, so this game really intrigues me. Here we have Endzone 2, which like other city builders requires you to turn empty lands into livable places. But here it is not so simple. You'll have to deal with the fact that you're in post-apocalyptic times. I would describe it as Frostpunks meets Cities Skyline.
We live to rebuild.
Look forward to Endzone 2 coming 26th of August as an early access release.
We live to survive.
Thank you for watching today, and I hope whatever you've got planned today is fun, and I hope you check out lots of the games that we discussed today. Make sure to check out the release calendar on the GX Corner for even more upcoming games this August. I'm GX Aura, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye!